Hi everyone, Ben here from Sydney Fruit Gardening, and it's been a while since I've done a video, and it's Christmas Eve for 2025, so I thought I'd do one to somewhat close out the year, I guess, and just give you an update on where things are at. A few changes will be coming soon to the property, so I'll tell you about those in a moment, and yeah, a few things are fruiting at the moment too, so we'll flip the screen around, we'll do a little bit of a tour. Alright, we'll start here around the side and then we'll work our way through the tropical area. This is the lucuma. I've had to cover this up. The sun comes over like that, and I think with the shed there, it's just cooking a little bit in the really hot weather we've had. So it got hit quite bad, but it has recovered reasonably well. The leaves have perked up, the ones that didn't get crisped, crispy fried. So yeah, we've just got a little bit of protection over the top of it for now, for those really hot days. Although we are dropping, I think, for 22 or 23 degrees for Christmas Day. I pulled out the pear that was here because it just, after a couple of years, it wasn't fruiting, wasn't even flowering. I've concluded that pears are just too high chill for Sydney, even the low chill varieties I find. If anyone has different experience, let me know. So I put in the Paxton's Prolific custard apple. Yeah, so yeah, it is Paxton Prolific, yeah. And I'm going to espalier that. That has coped quite well in this hot kind of location with the shed behind it. Hasn't burnt at all, so it'll do well there, I think. A cha-cha, regrettably the fruits all fell off, so some of them got probably maybe the size of your pinky thumbnail before they dropped off. So some of them started to grow. I was worried that maybe I just had a female tree, but some of the fruits did start to grow and then they dropped off. I wonder if we just had too much dry weather for a little bit there, or look, it's just the first time it's fruited, so it could just still be learning. I did try and graft on a few. I bought a few scions from Steve up in Cairns, but I couldn't replicate his success, so they've all failed, unfortunately. I tried all kinds of things, and I'm pretty sure I did some pretty good grafts, but again, maybe it was just too dry and wasn't getting enough water. All right, black sapote is flowering. I just had the last of the black sapotes today, actually. It was a late one. But the big change that's coming is that, well, we are getting rid of the trampoline, woohoo, but we are also getting a pool, which will go in this area here. It's going to necessitate some trees being removed. Unfortunate, but I think the family are really going to enjoy the pool when it comes. Won't be here in time for summer, unfortunately, but will be for next year. So yeah, it will mean this Canistel, which is doing so well, this jujube, which the possum loves, the lychee, the peach tree, the jaboticaba, the white sapote, the guavas, these bananas, yeah, they'll all have to go. The excavator guy is going to try to just dig these out with his scoop, a couple of them. So the Canistel, the jujube and lychee and jaboticaba, the grimmel. That way it might keep a few of the roots intact and I can just replant them later. The peach tree will go too. It's lovely. We've got a lovely harvest this year. I always find it difficult to time when to pick the peaches. Seems like a fairly short window when they're at their optimum taste. Before that, they're kind of bland, not sweet. After that, they're kind of overripe and not nice. So yeah, we got a few good ones, but still judging the time when to pick. The white sapote, I've grabbed some scions and I've grafted it on some of the seedlings. But if you're in the Sydney area and you want some scion wood, let me know. There's Kampong Max Golden and Lemon Gold, sorry, that's on here. All right, well, this area, most of the ones here, this jackfruit will stay, the Rollinia will stay, you know, the wax jambu will stay. So these guys are all staying, which is good. Jackfruit's going okay. No flowers yet, but it seems to be growing okay. It does take a while to get these to size. So, no, it's not a flower. Yeah. That's the size of the trunk at the moment. And then the Rollinia, it tends to get a bit of dieback in winter, and it tends to die back from the ground up, which now means it's quite a tall tree, and all the branches with flowers on. You see some of the flowers up there, heaps of flowers. Yeah, they're all those branches are quite high, which means it's hard for me to hand pollinate. It's hard for me to hand pollinate them, so I'll last year I actually found they pollinate themselves later in the season, around Jan, Feb, even March. So it might do that again. There's these beetles that seem to come and live in the flower or move from flower to flower. Star apple's doing okay. It dries out very easily in this pot though, so I'm going to have to up-pot that at some point. It's the size of the pot there. The acerola, I've had about three cherries so far. It flowered profusely and then very poor fruit set. It might be one that needs a pollination partner, or perhaps it does better in the ground. But the cherries are good, they're just not plentiful. Patanga tuber, look, it's getting these. Yeah, there's one there that's actually a decent size. I'm finding they tend to drop off. So I do have another one which is just too small to flower at the moment to increase cross-pollination. Wax jambu, I think the possum ate a lot of the flowers, but it did miss some down here which look like they're hanging on as fruits, I think. Yeah, so they're hanging on. Hopefully we'll actually get some fruit. There's some more flowers down there, and I know there's some flowers on the other side as well. So yeah, the wax jambu will stay. It's getting to be a decent size now. Looking forward to tasting that fruit. Lychee, even though this is even though it's going to come out, there is actually one lychee that is set. This is the Erdon Lee variety, and it's doing quite nicely here. So it'll have to come out, but I think it will probably be okay in terms of a transplant. We will see. If not, I'll get another one. That's okay. This Jabbo, it's a Grimmel. It's not doing anything right now, but look at that fly there. It's a weird looking fly, isn't it? Haven't seen that before. Anyway, yeah, no flowers in that one yet. Got the Spalia jackfruit over here. There's some new shoots coming off over here. It is shooting up here. I don't want it to do that. I'm going to have to cut it back and try and focus its energy down here on the rest of the Spalia trellis. Seed of a cherry's doing okay. It did flower, but nothing's set, so maybe we'll try again later. White Mook is over there. That's doing okay. No flowering yet. I did remove some of these bananas. There's a whole stack here. You can see the trunk on this. Huge. Right. They're just, it's a real solid workout removing a banana patch. If you've ever done it, you'll know what I mean. So, yeah, that was a workout the other day, and my green bin is full. We got the Eugenia itaquahensis, which is a dwarf grimachumma. There are some little grimachummas forming on it. There was more somewhere. Anyway, yeah, there's a few more down there. This is the other Rollinia. This one has not delivered good fruit so far. That fruit smells way better than the other one, but tastes like just bland nothingness. So we'll see how this one goes. Again, you can see the loss of all the lower limbs, all of them. It is resprouting, but the cold sensitivity is real with the Rollinias, even in Sydney. So this guy I'm pretty happy about. This is the Lakucha, the monkey jack, relative of the jackfruit, and it is flowering. There's male flowers like this one here, and then we have the females. This is actually, so that's actually set, I think, that one, and there's a couple up here as well. So I think the one on the left is set and the one on the right is still receptive to pollen. So yeah, I'd be super happy if I could get a couple of Lakucha to try. Always love trying a new fruit I've never tried before, and this is one of them, and will tide me over until my jackfruit tree finally catches up and gives me something. Apples have had really poor fruit set, really poor flowering as well. Seems to be a common occurrence if you read up about apple fruit set this year up at Bilpin, which is one of our growing regions here in New South Wales, not too far from Sydney, near the Blue Mountains. They've had terrible fruit set, and I've had the same thing, unfortunately. So combine that with really hot days and the harvest doesn't look very good. The coffee tree's doing well over there. It's just flowered and set more fruit. And the multi-grafted lemon, lime, mandarin, orange, everything, multi-grafted citrus is doing okay in this pot. I'd like to see it a bit more bushier, but it's okay. With these blueberries, you can see the result of these hot days that we've had, this crispiness, but they are green and they are trying to put out new shoots, so I think they'll survive. Got a few other citrus here. This is a leaf minor damage, of course. Cafe lime or Makrut lime. Alright, we'll go around the corner to the nursery and then we'll go out the front. I did want to show you this. These are some white sapote seedlings from my tree, and look at this guy. He stands out, right? So he's actually got a little bit of green now, but it's a completely, well, almost completely white sapote. So maybe this is the real white sapote. So some people have said it's just going to die once the seed runs out of energy, but it is starting to get some chlorophyll in the leaves, so maybe it will grow. This is Jaboticaba. I think that's a scarlet. It's growing all right. Nothing flowering yet. Yellow Jaboticaba is doing really well. We've got all kinds of things here. So that's a grafted Luke's Garcinia, which is starting to come back finally. It's doing well. It did actually put out some flowers again, but nothing set. Grafted a Chacha at the back there, which is doing pretty well. This is a seedling Luke's Garcinia. It's doing nicely. I want to put that one in the ground at some point soon. This is a white sapote. This guy is the one that has the furry leaves. So I don't know what it is. The guy who gave me the signwood didn't know the variety. It came from Melbourne. So I just, I've named it after, I've used his name as the reference point for me, which was Lucius. So yeah, I think this one may be the one I might put this one in ground somewhere once I get rid of the other white sapote. The Abiu, unfortunately the flowers that I had did not set any fruit, which is not uncommon for a young Puteria tree. but it's doing okay. It's been battling the ants and the scale big time though. I'm really happy about this. Sapodea has actually put out some new growth. This is what it looked like before. It was all this kind of burnt leaves. Almost as soon as I got it, and it did come from a warmer climate up in Cairns, but as soon as I unpacked it, within a couple of days these leaves started to go brown, and then over the coming weeks the leaves all started to fall off, and it looked really bad. And it was not a cheap tree. This is a marcotta tree, so we're talking like $150 tree. But it has now popped out some new growth and some flowers. So look at that. I won't probably let it set fruit, but that is really encouraging. All right, we'll keep going. Oh, I'll show you this. This is a root cutting I got from my jujube. This is probably 2 or 3 years old, I reckon. And this is why jujubes are expensive, I think, aside from demand. But from a supply perspective, they take a long time to grow to a stage where you can actually graft them. I could graft that now, right? But you know, this one I couldn't. That's the same age, so it takes a while, guys. All right. Oh, I missed the figs. Yeah, lots of figs coming. That's pretty cool. This is a white Adriatic. Small but sweet. Keep going up here. I won't show you everything. Jasara palm, taking a bit of a beating in the sun. And we do have in here the costata. And I'll zoom in a bit because you'll be able to see. I'm not sure if they're flowers or if they're fruit that's come after flowering. It's flowered a couple of times but nothing's set. It's putting out more though, which is good. I might move it to another location where I might get a bit more sun, maybe some more pollinators. Alright, you can see the lawns copped in the sun as well, which is a shame, but yeah, I'm not surprised. We had some really hot days. Green sapote has been doing well. Again, it's copped a bit of sun, but it has been, all this is new growth, which is nice. Grafted Canistel, even though I've kept the water up to it, it got this damage through winter and it just hasn't quite started growing yet. Unlike my seedling, it's starting to push out a little bit up the top there, but it's taking its sweet time. Okay, guavas. Yeah, we've got some guavas setting. A lot of them fall off as well. The ones up here have fallen off. Anyway, yuzu is a bit of a beast, this thing. This is a yuzu seedling, so the former owner had it about, I think she said 8 years or something. She grew it literally by seed. Had 4 of them on her balcony, and I've got one of them. Spiky thing, look at these. But yeah, looks like another year. So no flowers yet. Some lilies. These ones with cops of sun. They're not the most beautiful ones. Yeah, had some nicer ones earlier, but that's not a bad one. They're really good cut flowers, I find, these liliums, because they are yeah, they just look amazing inside. They're big flowers, and when the season's done they die back to bulbs, so they don't sort of take up too much space for too long. Right, let's go out the front. There's more happening out the front. Alright, so there's my mango tree, guys. Look at that. So, yeah, the size. I've got them bagged, of course, but you can sort of see the size of some of them. It's I don't want to count my chickens before they've hatched, but things are looking good. Again, the sun though. I did spray Munkazeb as well. I find I have to do it with mangoes. I had a mango at my old house. Always had to spray Munkazeb probably a couple of times as well, leading into flowering, and even during early fruit set, or else you get those black blotches on the leaves and the fruit, and yeah, it doesn't go well. So this is the Bamburoo Kensington Pride selection. It is leaning a little, I'm finding. I might just have to put a stake in or something. All right, let's keep going around. Mini Macca is not doing much. It's putting out some new growth, but that's about it. Cherimoya seedling has put out a lot of growth. Really small kind of leaves for a cherimoya. Here's a little bit of a dry location here, but I do have a watering irrigation to it. Pomegranate's doing its thing, smashing out lots of little pomegranates, which will become mega pomegranates by sort of April. Mulberries over for the year. We've had our harvests. They were delicious and sweet. Orange, a few oranges coming along. So they're doing all right. Yeah, okay, over here we've got Fuji fruit. Again, sun damage, but there's quite a lot that are fine. So this is really good though. This is a good news story. Let me come under here. Look at all these grapes. Oh. Yeah, and these are just outside our window. So I can literally open my window and pick grapes. Really cool. They're sweet, they're seedless. They're not huge, they're probably medium-sized grapes. Small to medium, but they're delicious. All right, that's probably it for this Christmas Eve special. Have a Merry Christmas, everybody, and we'll see you in the new year. Bye for now.